It's Thursday, September 4th, and here's some of the news beyond the headlines. Pakistani forces say they've killed more than 900 suspected militants in an offensive against the Taliban near the Afghan border. International media outlets haven't been granted access to the tribal areas of North Waziristan. The army says some 80 soldiers have died in fighting, but hasn't commented on civilian deaths. The UN and other relief organizations have struggled to care for the more than 1 million people displaced by the offensive. Israel's military has bulldozed one of the largest Palestinian factories in the West Bank it says is affiliated with the militant group Hamas. The Al Rayyan dairy factory is owned by an Islamic charity that claims to fund schools and support orphans. Israel also says the Hebron facility didn't have a legal permit to operate. An Israeli court was on September 7th scheduled to review a petition submitted by the charity to stop the demolition, but the military's premature move may signal that it never stood a chance. Singapore is running out of land to build on, so the country has gone nearly 500 feet underground to store its gas supply. The Jurong rock caverns have the capacity to store as much crude oil as it would take to fill 600 Olympic-sized swimming pools. The project cost $1.7 billion and is the first of its kind in Southeast Asia. For the first time in more than 250 years, rainbow flags will be allowed to wave in the Sea of Green march through New York City on St. Patrick's Day. Organizers of the world's largest parade celebrating Irish culture have announced they will no longer ban gay groups from participating. The event draws hundreds of thousands of people to the center of Manhattan every year, but seldom without controversy. Mayor Bill de Blasio boycotted the parade last year, as did one of its biggest sponsors, the Irish brewing company Guinness. Check out the VICE News YouTube channel for more original reporting and documentaries from around the world.
I remember the first thing that we saw was about 24 UN Nepalese peacekeepers frantically clearing up this putrid-smelling mess that was leaking out of one of the buildings on the base. There were people who were pretty much dead on arrival. If they didn't have access to fresh drinking water within about 4 or 5 hours, they were dying. It took several days before it was confirmed as cholera.